SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we've got a big developing story out of Verizon. I want to kind of give you guys, obviously, some of the details from this particular story from Monica Alvin, fiercewireless.com. The article will be linked, but I really want to focus on what I think is, well, I'll start by saying it's going to be opinion from me, but I think it's shrouded in logic. And I'd love to get your responses and commentary to what I have to say in this video. All right, but the article will be linked in the description. Also in the description is the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. You want to support your creators directly, really enjoy the content on the channel, show your appreciation, buy us a coffee. Also, check out our partner, mmWave. Use the unique link in the description for the SMT partner link. It's mintmobile.com/sneed. You'll get a great deal on wireless service from Mint. All their plans are currently $15 a month. That means the unlimited plan, which usually sells at $30, is now only $15. Okay, so that link will save you tons of dough, and you'll see the structure of the savings is really great. They've got legendary customer care, and they've got this amazing value you can get with our link. All right, check them out, Mint Mobile. Okay, so Verizon is on the search. They are looking to find the successor for two positions, actually. And the way this is going to work is they're looking for a replacement to Matt Ellis, who is the CFO, the financial officer. He's been with the company since 2016, and he's stepping away. And they're looking for that replacement. But what they're calling in their search is CFO Plus, which means they want to hire someone for the current CFO position, but then someone who would become the heir apparent to Hans Vestberg, who is the current CEO. I just want to say that in the way that they're doing this, and obviously they're looking for an external hire. Okay, the board, whomever is making these decisions and the reasons behind it is they don't believe individuals that are currently within the company fit what they're looking for, which is perfectly fine. I understand. I get it. The company hasn't really shown innovative ways of moving the business forward, right? It's been about trying to stop bleeding. It's been about status quo. You really can't make an argument for hiring within, with the exception that we felt very strongly about the positive vibes and the perceptions about Sampath, who was the business CEO replacing Tammy Irwin, and then moved over to the consumer group again to try to reinvigorate and provide direction to that segment of the business. I do want to mention that Verizon is not on fire, right? Verizon is not a company that is in dire straits. That is not the case. There might be some people who may make you think that. That is definitely not the case. Their revenues are strong. Their margins are excellent. It is not the end of the world. The sky is not falling at Verizon. That's not the case. But they are perceived to be underachieving with an incredible suite and portfolio of assets, with an excellent networking pedigree. And, they're building a great network for the future. You gotta have a positive outlook, and you've got to have some kind of a plan on how you plan on winning in this industry. How are you going to build a great network and not grow and add more customers, right? And then to talk about margins and profits, and then you're going to be selling mostly to wholesale. It doesn't make any sense. So I think part of the direction of the company has to be shifted. Now, how that gets done is through the CEO, the vision, right? And that's why I think this is such a crucial hire for them. Now, I want to speak to this very clearly and concisely. The position that they're trying to fill at CFO is a standalone position. And I want to show you how out of tune the board at Verizon is. They want to hire someone who can come in as a CFO, who can then transition to a CEO. I'm not saying that's unprecedented and can't be done, but it's not what Verizon needs, and here's why. Verizon should find the best CFO they can find, right, to replace Matt Ellis, who I think, just generally speaking, people feel like he made great strides as, filling that position and doing a good job in his time there. They need to find someone as good or better than him, and they should focus on that only. a long-term answer at that position. The CEO position should be addressed the same exact way, and they should find the best person for that position in the direction the company wants to go. And it should be someone who should be fundamentally different than Hans Vestberg, because Hans has been at the company as the CEO for several years, and it has not gone swimmingly, right? There may be some things you could point to and say he's done well, but if you don't like the way things are going, you have to find someone who is different. And I think what they're doing here by saying we want somebody who's going to transition from CFO to CEO does not necessarily mean they're going to get the right person. They should focus on getting the right person for the CFO position and the right person for the CEO position. The two don't have to be connected. I'm not really sure that this is the right decision to make, nor do I think it's the right approach. But that's just me. They should find two different people to do specifically very different jobs. What they need is they need a CEO who the company and all of the people that work there can get on board with, believe in, go through walls for, see the vision, see the execution, and want to be great. You know, you look at what John Leisure did in telco. It was a belief. You know, people really liked that guy and worked hard for him and really appreciated what he brought to the table, and it turned around the fortunes of the company. You know, and obviously they got some mergers to come into place and all that's, it's all facts. But those are the types of character, you know, the leadership things that you're looking for. And I'm not questioning Hans' leadership. That's not my intention here. I'm talking about the new CEO and the qualities and characteristics they should have. I think that currently those things could be absent, and that's what they need to focus on, right? They need, obviously, someone who's very intelligent. They need someone who's very good, you know, about managing a huge company. I mean, name a bigger company than Verizon, right? They're a huge company with a huge, you know, telco is a moat. You know, I had this discussion with someone in the comment section the other day in the last video. Telco is a moat. It's recession proof. You need to find a way to be successful. It's a necessity. It's an obligation as a consumer. You need wireless service. How the hell can't you do it with these assets, right? So I'm not saying that I know where the CEO should come from. I don't know who the CEO should be, but the approach should be we get the best CFO possible, we get the best CEO possible, and the two things are not connected. I don't think this is the best way to go about it, to find a CFO who could then transition to a CEO, because this seems to me like the board is focusing on a money person and not a business person. Those two things are not the same. Money and business obviously are connected, but it's not the same. The CFO, the chief financial officer, takes the vision of the CEO and says, we can financially do this, right? That's kind of how I see a CFO. The CEO says, I want to do this, I want to do this. The business CEO, the consumer CEO, these are the things we want to do. Can we financially make this happen? And the CFO makes magic and says, yes, here are the things that we can and can't do. Here are the limitations. Here's this and this. That's what they do. And I'm obviously simplifying it, but they're not mutually supposed to be connected as the same person. I want them to find the best CEO for their company, not the best CFO who then possibly could become maybe a good CEO. See what I'm saying? This is where I think they're making a mistake. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.